Sentinel's Lair podcast show.
Expanding our mind through stories of everyday
one. All right, everyone. Welcome. We're episode number 1 of the Sentinel Lairs podcast. Kind of excited about it, a little bit nervous about it. This is my co-host Kevin here. Kevin, say hi to everyone.
Hello.
For those who are watching on TikTok right now, you got Lady Vet and Colby, who are the moderators. There's also going to be Rosie, Savage Coach, and Shama, who will be the moderators. Any questions related to them? And as far as TikTok goes, we are not going to necessarily be looking at the TikTok page. Towards the end, we do plan on taking live questions. The whole intention of this is we're going to be recording our first episode 1 of the podcast, kind of the who, what, where, whens, the meat and potatoes of how the show came about, what we're planning on doing, the do's and don'ts, and everything else. Couple of ground rules real quick. Man, we want to create a positive, happy, safe place for people to just come and have fun, enjoy, safe place for them. So please just respect other people in the chat. Everybody comes from all different walks of life. Everybody has different opinions. Everybody has different views. Just respect one another is my biggest thing. With that, as far as the TikTok is concerned, I'm going to turn it over to the moderators. We're going to get going. Are you done playing with yourself over there?
Yeah, but it's not right.
What?
It's like I don't want to like in my face, but you know.
Hey, for if you don't know, one of the moderators, Savage, on there. So Erin's listening, her boyfriend, that the one you have a crush on.
Oh, the cute one.
Yeah, the cute one.
Oh, hey. No, just kidding. Hi, Savage.
So, all right. So, introduction. My name is James, aka Sentinel. This is something I've been kind of planning on and wanting to do for a long time. Just a bunch of different things that I'd like to go over and talk about, man. My main focus is talking to amazing people who are just awesome, have amazing stories to tell, and just can maybe inspire and give other people good news. Completely unscripted, as a lot of you are probably going to tell. What's fun in being
the best way?
Yeah, I mean, what's the fun in planning everything out?
You don't want to sit here and have it scripted, because then it's not going to be any fun. You rather just do dialogue, just straight out dialogue. No, we don't want no script, because then what's the worth of it? You might as well just sit here hours and hours reading a script when however they come raw and
Yeah, it then becomes no different than watching any other typical TV show or any
right.
other.
I'm not a lawyer
or
a weather guy, so I mean, rather be true than
yeah. And sometimes you sit back and like, holy shit, did I just really say that? And by the way, we're all adults. Obviously, we want to be professional best we can, but you know what? We're all adults. So if we cuss every now and then, if we offend anybody, we're sorry. But
sorry.
So some of the things that we're planning on with the show is, Kevin, he's got a pretty awesome backstory to his life. We're gonna be doing a podcast show with him one day talking about his. One of the moderators, Savage Coach, she's got an amazing story that I'm gonna talk to her about. And I also got some other people. I got an artist that I've been talking to who does a lot with veteran stuff. A cosplayer who she's, if you watch 3 or 4 of her videos and you're having a bad day and you don't feel a little bit better, I'm sorry. You might want to just check yourself in to get professional help, because she just floods positivity. I am a veteran myself. I served 11 years in the United States Army. Time was split between the infantry and being an 88 Mike. So I'm going to be going, what?
Hey, I love a giggle now and here. Having a giggle makes life more enjoyable.
Well, this is true. We do end up laughing a lot when we talk shit.
We do.
but we're going to have veterans on talking about their stuff and their stories too. Couple of things I want to get out of the way real quick is politics. No, I love a good conspiracy. I understand that, and you can agree that what your input is in this, but it's hard to keep politics completely out of everything. I mean, let's face it, it's almost impossible. But I just don't want to go down that rabbit hole at the show of being a political type of show. I mean, I love conspiracy theories. We're going to have a couple of shows we're talking about conspiracy theories. It's hard not to include. And if you see a cat go flying across the room, it's because my cat won't shut up. You know how animals are. The minute you start doing something, they all want to be part of the center of the show. But I just don't want to go down that rabbit hole of talking about it, because here is one sure way to set people off. 2 names: Trump, Biden.
Yeah, let's
War
just
starting.
Stay away from that.
Yeah. And, you know, and there's nothing good that comes out of talking with politics. I think we could have a good show that draws in a lot of listeners right away, right off the bat, by doing the more political thing. But the problem is it's a very short-lived thing, because you end up isolating so much a large group of people.
Well, that too, but it's a short fuse when it comes to that conversation. And literally, I'm here to educate and have fun. I don't have time to argue what your morals or what my morals are.
Yeah.
I mean,
we know you don't have good morals, so
whatever. I'm gonna go there with you right now.
But yeah, you're right. And it's just, and listen, we got the midterms coming up. And to be quite honest, you know, there's a plethora of different news agencies out there that, you know, everybody can go there to go look at stuff. So as far as politics goes, I mean, yeah, I minimize it.
Let's just pump the brakes, people.
Yeah, let's talk about like fun stuff. And that's what I want to be. We want the podcast to be an inspirational place where it might be somebody might be in a dark, dismal area or in a bad spot in their life, and they hear some sort of like maybe your story or like Savage's story, and it gives them inspiration. Right.
They want I guess the whole point of it is guidance. You know, just, you know, if they don't have a way to go about something, maybe if they listen to our podcast, maybe they have what's that word I'm looking for? An outlook, I guess. An outlook, yeah. So maybe they have a similar situation, and maybe they can get answers from, you know, either like from you guys' questions, or, you know, maybe it might be that one question that everybody else might think it's stupid, but in all reality, it's not really stupid. It might be stupid to someone else, but, you know, it might be that one, you know, let's say 17-year-old, you know, boy that, you know, wants to be a fucking ballerina. Sorry, no cussing.
Damn cussing. We're going to put a swear jar in here. We're going to put a swear jar, and every time we swear, we're going to have to put, we'll be poor. We might end up
I would be poor, yes.
But how do you think it would work that if every time we put a swear jar up there, and every time we swore, somebody had to donate $1?
Go fund me.
Go fly. I think we get kicked off because we'd be swearing a lot.
But in generalization of it, I mean, you can get so much good and positivity out of this that, you know, it could save someone's life in the end, regardless if you're a veteran, regardless if you're trans, gay, straight, or, you know, there's a lot of positivity that me and James want to bring to this table that hopefully, you know, we can save someone's life, or, you know, just have fun with it, you know. And we are more than welcome to have everybody of any color, race, sexual orientation to come on the ride with us. I mean, it's going to be fun.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be fun.
What I will consider a successful show.
I don't like this microphone.
Random cut in the middle here. Jeez. Let's make it all about the co-host. No.
Well, I want it like in my face, but I don't want it in my face.
I think that the most, in the way I engage it, the most success, what to gauge to me what is that we've had a phenomenally successful show is when people listen Sorry, my dog is having a temper tantrum because she can't be a part of the center of attention here either. But somebody who they listen, they get emotional, maybe they cry a little bit, they get inspired, they get motivated, they laugh, they're entertained, and they can't wait for the next show. To me, that's what I want to bring to the airwaves, or what do we call a podcast? It's not really airwaves, the computer waves.
No, it's more like, I don't know. It's the internet.
You gotta bring the microphone closer to your.
It's the internet.
See how much better you hear?
Yeah, I know, but I gotta like be right on it. Like I'm like doing like things to it.
Gangster it.
No, things to it.
So with that, I mean, I don't know what brought this all about in my mind.
Let me stop you right there because I've been obsessed with TikTok for a while now. And this mother effer over here.
Wait a minute. As far as TikTok is concerned, I'm talking about the podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll let you have this one. Sorry.
Yes, people. He is responsible for getting me on TikTok. I will admit that. That's just kind of what I wanted to bring to the table for. I've listened to a lot of different podcasts, and I think we all in some way want to have a voice for something and project something to somebody. And to me, I felt that this was the best way for me to go about it and to reach out to people in need, to inspire people, to talk to veterans that might be in need, and just share other people's stories who otherwise are I don't want to say voiceless, because nobody is voiceless, but there didn't seem to be much of an outlet for everyday people like who might be watching us on TikTok, or who might be listening to this podcast on Spotify when it gets uploaded there. So I wanted to kind of create a place for that. And we've been talking about this for what now?
Shit, sorry. It's actually been about, all serious note, probably about the last 4 months.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it, man. I mean, it's a little awkward. Some technical difficulties. We're working on things. There is going to be a website going up. Not sure how long we're going to use TikTok for streaming this part of it. Obviously, you can see the video camera angles is pretty tight.
It is. It works out.
Works out. Here is a lot better.
It's my good side. So something nice for us to trim on this. Just putting it out there.
You went crooked, man. It looks like a Z.
Boy.
Anybody, if you go to if you're on TikTok, you go to my bio, the link tree is there. There's we have all of our social media outlets, and we have we're gonna have a website up. And what I'm looking forward to is the website is we're gonna be able to put Discord in it. And I know a lot of people use Discord, but where we're going to try to work it, and even if it's not Discord, or something else, one of the biggest headaches is when you have to download another app for something. Biggest pain in the ass. But what we're going to do with the website is if you're a member and you go into the chat, you don't have to. You can actually go through the website and go on to the chat in there and follow everything. And then when we do an app, they'll be able to do the same thing through an app. So they won't actually have to download. Like if we use Discord, they won't have to download Discord. If they want to go to another chat group on Discord, they'll have to. But for sake of our podcast and our followers and listeners and everything, and integration and interaction with them, they won't have to, which would be cool. Do have a merch store up. I do all the designs myself. You've seen some of the stuff that I make.
Yeah.
It takes time to do all that. So that hasn't been the highest in the priority, but we'll be updating all that stuff. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. I really am. I'm waiting for the comments though. I'm excited about the comments.
I know you are.
The comments.
Oh my
God.
Hey, and by the way, too, if anybody knows somebody who's interested or open to being a sponsor or an advertiser, we do have a couple things that we're going to be doing. One, in the middle of a show, we'll do like a little plug for them. The ending credits, they'll get a plug. They'll get links on all of our social media, and the website. And that'll be a big help. For example, I'm not going to name the energy drink.
We're just going to say two of the words. OS. That's
OS.
it.
Yeah.
If you can figure out the rest of that.
Well, I reached out to them to be a product sponsor for us, just because, look at this. It's on a camera. You can't not see what I might be drinking, but they said no, because they just weren't interested at the time, which I guess, we are a nobody at this point. So,
shit, I'm somebody.
Well, so am I. So guess what? I'm still enjoying their beverage, but I'm in a cup that nobody is going to get any advertisement from. So,
we could have cups that say "Stick to the Slayer" on there. So we could put the logo on there.
Oh, Sentinels, we could. I thought about putting one of my stickers on there.
Yes.
But I was like, worry about that next time. We do, if you go to our merch store, I do have pint glasses up there that has Sentinels Lair logo on them. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
I have the mead ones. I have just a regular Sentinels Lair, the SL logo, and I have the Sentinels rum one on there too. So hey, I got a couple of those, and those are pretty cool. I got to order some of those.
Yeah.
I know the face masks are pretty badass.
They are. I still have. I took the one from you, but
yeah.
You did tell me I can have it though. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm fine with that.
And they're good quality. And I shit myself when I saw how much they were, but that's like the average price of what they are going out there, which I think is ridiculous. But it's a good quality, man.
Yeah, it is.
So we do got some cool stuff on there. If you go and check out the merch store, that was a big help. And anybody who wants to help too. We do have, if you go to my bio, we have a buymeacoffee.com. We did do a Patreon account, but I'm going to ask everybody to avoid going, or I'm going to tell them to avoid going there right now until we get a little bit more content to put up and a little bit more stuff to make it enticing for people to become like regular subscription members to something. Cause I don't think we have enough to really, I'd feel like I'd be taking people's money at that point.
Right.
So if anybody's got any ideas for merch, dude, let us know.
Yeah,
for sure. Definitely.
Shoot the DMs.
Shoot the DMs.
Any suggestions or anything would be very, acceptable. We'd look into it.
So, the other thing that I'm going to say that we're going to avoid, and is pretty much we have zero tolerance for, is anything in pertaining towards, and I have to use this word because of what we're streaming on now, TikTok, that we can get bananaed if we use the actual word what it is, but anything that is endorsement or in support of maps, minor adults attracted to kids, pedos.
You mean pedophiles?
Yeah, we can't say that. We get in trouble.
Oh.
Stupid, isn't it?
It is fucking stupid. Sorry.
No, it is absolutely stupid that you got to say maps instead of what it actually is. But
yeah, because that's
we got absolutely zero tolerance with any of that. And the moderators already know, for the people that are watching TikTok, any of that stuff, if you get punted for something, don't come to me in a DM complaining about my moderators, because I made it explicitly clear to the moderators that there's zero tolerance for any of that stuff, as well as anything in endorsement of domestic abuse or domestic violence. Just zero tolerance for that.
Or gay bashing.
Or really?
What?
Even if it's just in fun, I guess we can't joke around.
Well, no,
we do. Yeah, we'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. True. See, everything's got to be so overly politically correct.
Well, yeah, it's.
This is why we got to find another outlet that we can go where we don't have to be so filtered. But
just for now, we can have fun though, right?
Yeah. But in all seriousness, yeah. And we joke around a lot. If anybody hasn't been able to pick it up yet, Kevin is gay.
Hola.
I don't give a shit. And he knows I don't. And it's just, we bust each other's pretty good on it. We're constantly joking around. But at the end of the day, you can tell when somebody's joking around about something when they're not. And just any kind of hate or discrimination against, it's not acceptable.
Nope.
We're not going to, it's a zero tolerance for any of that. If you don't like the ocean or the Red Sox, that's a big one. If you're not a Red Sox fan, moderators, if they say they're not a Red Sox fan, they got to go.
Who's a Red Sox fan anyway? Are you?
For the record, starting tomorrow, I'll be taking applications for a new guest host. If anyone's interested, preferably must know who the Red Sox actually freaking are.
I know who they are. They're from Boston, right?
From Boston.
Boston, like I left my car in the yard.
That's right. So, yeah. Hey, that's my old stomping grounds, man. I was born and raised in Connecticut.
We can tell.
That's what the sarcasm.
Yeah.
And I loved Boston. Oh, Boston is a fun city, though. It's a great time.
See, you were raised in Boston, right?
Well, I was raised in Connecticut, but I spent a lot of time in Boston.
Boston. Yeah. See, I was born and raised in California. So there's a big difference from Boston
and Boston.
California.
Yeah. You guys were overly beaten up with the political correctness.
Yeah, we were.
It wasn't that bad other than the schools. Once you got into the city, stuff like that, it was just like, hey, motherfucker. Yeah. It was straight out. There was no, you didn't have to worry about that stuff.
It was garbage.
It's garbage. Smack you in the head, throw you by the river.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Buried in the marsh. One of the greatest movies was had
Mark Wahlberg,
Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg, Leonardo DiCaprio, about the Boston gangsters. But you know what movie I'm talking about, right? Yeah, that was a great movie. Guys laughing because they found a body. When I tell you to bury him in the marsh.
In the marsh.
Yeah, dude, that's where I was growing up. I mean, I loved it up in the Northeast. It's just the cost of living was ridiculous. And the cold weather, man. I don't do the snow very well. So I love being in Florida.
I don't like snow either.
It sucks. But yeah, so you're California is where you're originally from. I thought you were from Illinois, or is that where your family moved to afterwards?
Well, I was born and raised in Lakewood, and then my grandparents literally kidnapped me when I was 17, and took me to Illinois.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And I was gay for a little bit. I met this girl, and then had a kid, and then I went gay again, and waited till he turned 22 and moved to Texas.
I have to, and I ask this all the time when I talk to people who move here. I'm like, why would you pick Texas? Look, for the Texas people that are listening, don't hate me. I'm sorry, but I'm just not the biggest fan of Texas. I really miss Florida. I loved Florida.
Well, my dad originally moved here from California, my biological father, when about 8 years ago. So I figured it was a fresh move, new start, new outlook in life. And that's why I came here.
I'm gonna throw
and it's been, it's actually been pretty good.
Has it?
Yeah, it has.
Well, we've been fortunate in our little group of friends in the community that we live. That some pretty cool people.
Yeah,
like Luke. I mean, I know he's watching right now live, but
hi, Luke.
He's okay. He's not bad.
He's not bad. I mean, he is a good guy though.
He is a good guy. We all like him because of his dog. His dog is the cool one.
Leia, that's my dog.
Man, it's funny how pissed off he gets when he does not listen to him and his dog does what everyone else wants to do. But I mean, yeah, dude, it's pretty cool how things work out, because if I didn't move to Texas, obviously I wouldn't have gotten to meet you guys, which has been a blessing. But
yeah, fantastic.
Let's not get like overly egotistical about it here, okay? What what are some of the things that you're looking forward to having on the show? Like, I know I'm looking forward to just spreading the word of positivity. Oh, another thing before we get, what I did want to cover is religion too. I mean, we are going to have a couple people on that we're going to be talking to about their religion. And I want to spend a few minutes on this because religion, like politics, causes wars. Whether it ends up happening today or in another show, I'll give my perspective of religion, but there's so many different variations of the way people believe and what their faith are. And I think it's very ignorant of anybody to criticize or to ridicule one person over another based on what their beliefs may or may not be, because it doesn't align with somebody else's. Right. One of the things that I want to do, because I've spent a lot of time doing researching on and in-depth looking at, is just the different types of religions and the different types of faiths that people follow. And it was all very interesting to me. It was all very I loved it. And what was so hard for me in doing all that researching was the lack of people to talk to. Like, I had to really dig to find stuff, because it's just, unless it's one of the major ones that coincidentally, I'm not trash talking any particular one, but the ones that seem to spend the most amount of money, it's hard to get information on all the other ones. So I am talking to some people who are following different forms of religion, and not like the new age stuff that people who are starting to worship, zip ties because it's the cool thing to do. Like, actually, like actual ancient historical religions and faiths that have been followed for generations upon generations. I got a gentleman who's gonna do an episode who's gonna talk about his faith, which is Sammy. I'm doing some research. He gave me some stuff to read on it. It's very interesting. It's very nature based. I have somebody who's part of my ancestry is Irish Druid. I don't know anything about Irish Druid in regards of the faith side of it. And so I've been talking to one person and they're going to come up and do a show with it. I mean, I could tell you what this is, the Celtic knot. Right. I could tell you what the tree of life is, what the Trinity knot is, but the basis of it and the foundation, I don't know. If anybody's listening, anybody's watching, I'm also be very interested into talking to somebody who's, a follower of like Norse paganism or like Odinism. Unfortunately, it seems like in a lot of aspects, it's more of a fad than people who follow it. And the people that actually do follow are very hesitant about talking about it. So if I could find someone who would, again, to educate, that would be cool. But in regards of religion, like, that's about the extent I want to go. Again, we're not going to tolerate, and I'm going to vet people. I mean, the guests that I've had, Miss, and I'm going to say her name wrong, and she's going to beat me up for it.
Pretty sure. Miss
Krenaz. I call her Mrs. Beans, the happy, positive cosplayer. I've talked to her several times on the phone for several hours. I know I've talked to Savage on the phone for a couple hours at a time. I've talked to just everybody who's going to be on, because anybody who comes on, I want them to feel safe. I want them to know that we're not going to hit them up with "I got you" questions or swipe them off guard, because then people aren't going to want to come on.
Well, no, it's supposed to be a safe place.
Yeah. And I want to know, I don't need to know the details. I don't want to know the details, but I want to know, like, what is off limits that a person just would not absolutely want just not get into, so I can make sure that it's avoided. Like we've talked about that. Like when you have your episode that we do, because what I don't want anyone feeling uncomfortable too. You got people who are watching, and then you got people who are going to be listening. Sometimes some people, they don't want some of that real dark stuff. And you can talk about the issues and other things without diving way down deep that rabbit hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anybody who would want to come on it, we're going to vet them to make sure, because what I don't want is somebody to come on. And again, if somebody's talking about their faith or religion and start getting into the bastardizing another group of people because of who they were or something, or just because they feel like I don't want them to use our outlet to think that they could just start attacking a whole group of other people. So look, in regards to that too, and again, the reason why I know a mutual friend of ours has said that, you stake too much on the positive side. It's almost seems ungenuine and fake. I get that to an extent, and I understand that.
I don't know.
But, well, because if you focus just on it, but so I can see that and understand that to an extent. In regards, if you're never confronting the dark side of things, but like with the people that we have that we're going to talk to, I mean, some of them are going to have some pretty traumatic stories to tell. So it's the point of where they were and where they're coming out and brought themselves to inspire others. But I think part of it was as far as the ignoring, like with the religious aspect, the religious conversations, ignoring what one did to another or anything like that. First off, I don't think it was any religion that would do anything. It's all man that does it. It's all human. It's all mankind that does things.
Humanity.
It's all humans. But too much is out there. I mean, one of the problems I have when I'm doing my research is I can find 1,000 articles versus that are all about what a particular group did that was so bad and negative and horrible and atrocious during a historical moment or a historical timeline, and only find one article that's good. So my thing is it throughout human history, every group of somebody somewhere along the line throughout human history has done bad things. Why do I need to focus on it? Right. Especially with all the good that came from some of those different cultures.
Well, right. Yeah. My opinion is no, we don't need to dwell on that. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're all about positivity. I mean, we want to uplift, not downlift. That's the whole point of this, is to bring positivity to everyone who wants positivity in life. Somebody needs to be, brought up. Sorry, that was my phone.
Rudeness.
Oh my God.
Well, that and to learn, because hopefully too, when we have more of the educational type stuff, that when somebody's done talking, like the person that we'll talk to who's the Sami faith religion, when we're done with that show, hopefully people who are listening will go and do some research. Well, they're going to find all the negative stuff that they need to find when they do research.
Find the negative stuff.
Why focus it on here when we want to celebrate the stuff? You know what I mean? We want to celebrate the positives. There was another point I was going with that, and I totally
lost.
Squirrel. Where'd it go?
He's not here no more.
I just realized no wonder why my eyes were hurting. I saw my glasses on. So, but yeah, I mean, anyway, going back to like what your question was, I mean, what do you like? That's what I'm looking forward to talking with some pretty cool people and just learning some really fascinating, amazing, cool things. What about you? What are you looking forward to the most?
I don't know. I mean, it all matters about, the impact that you have on somebody. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the whole joy we're doing this in the first place, right? I mean, not for me just to be satisfied, but, for them to get, answers to the questions that they have. I mean, we can go on all day and, research facts and, tell them that, this fact by this person, sometimes might not even be a fact. It just might be their opinion. And some people might think opinions are what they need to look for. And that's not in the case.
Yeah.
So, if there's certain things that happen in people's lives that we have touched on or we have witnessed, to me, that is, something that we can help somebody with. What I want to gain out of this is knowledge about, all the perspectives that we're going to talk about, and then taking that forward to teach other people that want to know that knowledge. Does that make sense?
Listen to you all, Mr. Intellectual, deep and down.
I'm just being real.
That's a great answer.
I mean, that's why we're here, though, right?
Yeah, that's
what I get from it. If the enjoyment I get out of this is that I either touch somebody or that we give knowledge, and then they can get that knowledge in return, give it to somebody else that needs knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm. No, it
Point
is.
blank, right?
Whatever we end up talking about, or whoever I have on for a guest that I'm talking to, if we can have a positive impact, and even if there's 10,000 listeners, and we can have a positive impact on just one person,
that's all it takes.
It made it all worth it.
One person,
and it made it all worth it. Because I don't know how you feel about it. I'm a big believer that one of my posts I put is that one act of kindness can have ripple effects throughout the world.
Yeah. Do you know why though?
Because I said it.
Okay, well, I'll let you have that point. But no, to me, there's one thing that you can do for somebody that will make an impact, but it takes multiples of one to make a difference. It can take one bad one to totally just mess it all up. So if you can infect that one person and let that infection continue to affect other people.
Mm-hmm. Do we have to worry about the word infection on TikTok? Is that like the
affection of knowledge, the affection of love, the affection of knowing what you need to do will affect the positive people in an infectious way.
Look, I think it's stupid. But some of the stuff that I've seen people get like bunted for, sometimes just like, you got to be with what you really for what? Oh yeah, just like if we bring up the COVID word, I actually have to put legally now. I have to put a warning, even if it's only mentioned one time. I have to put a warning label on the podcast where everyone sees it.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have mentioned it then.
I did. I coughed.
It doesn't matter.
What did you hear when I coughed?
I heard. Nice try.
Yeah, there's me alarms going on.
Meow, meow. We have detected a cough.
Somebody coughed. Oh my gosh.
Please bag all items and wait for the waiting card to come and pick you up.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, that kind of sucks too, because there's a couple of doctors or one doctor I've been talking to, I talked to a few times. She's a full holistic doctor, all natural. She's one of the very few people that are actually FDA certified for holistic medicine and educating and teaching it. And it's one of the hardest things in the fields for, she said, to do because of who her competition is, which is Big Pharma. And to get that license is next to impossible. And she says whenever she does shows, the list of warning labels and everything else that she puts up, it's just ridiculous. It almost makes it that she rarely will do shows or anything like that. She says she might jump on the podcast, talk to us on here, but she goes, you have a long list of things that you're going to have to put up. I'm like, whatever.
It is
disclaimers.
What it is.
But I mean, that's the world we live in. I mean, look, we got caution, do not enter, dangerous, fatal on wood chippers. So, I mean,
we had a conversation about this last night.
Yeah, I know it was last night. I mean,
Jesus,
come on. If you can't figure out that a working wood chipper is a bad idea to go put your arm in, I mean, of course, a guy got off for murder for that.
Kids don't do drugs.
The TikTok. Yeah, you got me in a TikTok, dude. How often do you find yourself repeating yourself in the real world TikTok phrases you hear from like trends? Like
all the time. All the time.
I was talking to somebody at work the other day and forgot what we were talking about, but just came up and they're like, yeah, the person is an idiot, man. Yeah, the fucking retard. I wonder what's going on in his head. And I'm just like, drugs, drugs, drugs. And like, I find myself like, instead of swearing or bitching people out, like I'm repeating, like, I guess the best way to describe it would be like TikTok has become the place with videos to become the audible or audio memes.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And I find
It makes
myself
sense,
saying
though,
a lot of
because
them now.
that's how they save everything. Is everything's saved all about the sound.
Yeah, it's all about sound. It's all about the trends. I mean, it's been a long road. Knowing from my first video I did was the infinity challenge I did.
Yeah,
Now I'm doing.
that was a blooper.
That was a good fucking video.
It was
freaking
at
freaking
first.
freaking. Now I'm putting makeup on. Look, never in a million years would I was actually, because I guess they're doing this big competition thing right now on TikTok where it's like a bunch of creators versus a bunch of other creators and they create teams. So the person who I've been helping out when I can has been Ms. Beans. And I was talking in the chat with him one day and she was like, oh, I really like your videos. You know, they came out so good and the transitions were amazing and this and that. And I started asking questions about like makeup remover, where to get this, where to get that. And then I stopped and I thought to myself, never in a million years would I have ever thought that I'd be having that kind of conversation.
Why didn't you just ask the gay guy? Ultra Beauty?
I don't know, man.
Sally's?
I should have known the gay guy would know where all the good stuff was.
Oh, shit.
I did convince Jimmy. He said that he'd be doing the, because he is a good artist.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give him that. Yeah.
About doing the painting for when I do my next character I want to do. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, we could maybe do it. I'm very detailed though. And I'm like, okay, cool.
All right.
I'll do it. Why not? Give it a try. So,
Yeah.
and look, here's my thing with that too. And it's funny because I've had a couple, I have had a couple people, they haven't insulted me or ragged on me for it, but they're just, I guess maybe also look at me. They're just like, yeah, you're like the last person we would have thought that would have done something like that. And then just in conversation, it's like they weren't insulting. They thought it was cool, but how many people think that stuff is weird? But yet everyone who thinks it's weird, when they come across a cosplay thing, they watch the whole video all the way through, don't they? And they get entertained. They're entertained.
Right. But do you realize how many people are in the world? Do you know how many people go to Comic-Con or what's that word?
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con. Yeah. You know how many people go there? Do you know how many people literally spend all this money at this place?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would love to go.
Well, it's not just the Comic-Cons, but it's also like just Halloween. How much money do people spend on Halloween to get dressed up? Well, what makes Halloween not cosplay?
I mean, it kind of is cosplay for the adults.
Yeah, exactly.
For
That's
the
what
kids,
I'm saying.
it's, you know, it's
for the kids, it's all about the candy. It's all about the candy, how much candy they can get. But that's, I'm just like, you know, the only difference is it's really
you're a grown ass man.
You're grown up.
Only difference.
You're a grown up doing it, and you're doing it on different days other than Halloween.
Yeah, but
what's the big deal? It's
so fun though.
It is. It is cool. I have had fun, and I've gotten a lot of positive comments on the ones I've done.
Well, I mean, I've seen your videos, so I mean, you're getting better and better. You know, in a transition state of mind.
The makeup, it took me 3 hours to do, and it is kind of cartoon.
I mean,
so I got to change it up.
I mean, with that face, you have to really beat that makeup up on there. I mean, but it looks good when you're done with it.
Again, we are taking applications for co-hosts. You can send your resume via my email address.
But I'm giving you a compliment.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
You have
to shit. Sorry.
Beat up that makeup on that face.
Okay, for a gay man that used to do drag for 5 years, I'm giving you a compliment.
Well, thank you.
I mean, it don't take much to get this pretty, but
I got it.
What?
We're gonna have to do a fundraiser one day, and that if we raise enough money for some charity and a charity or something like that, then you have to dress up in drag for the show.
Oh, I'll go full drag.
The
Stilettos,
high-
all.
Oh, that'd be.
I mean, I'll
hysterical.
tape and tuck it, whatever. I mean, I'm used to it anyway. I'm down. Shit.
Yeah, Savage is Aaron watching? He's probably going to want to get in that show. That was funny. I was talking to her earlier today, and she was like,
About me?
"Yeah," because we were talking about the
Oh, I
show,
feel so special.
and I'm like, "Yeah, Kevin, my neighbor is going to be co-hosting with me." She goes, "Is that the one that has the crush on Ron?" I'm like, "Oh yeah," and I can hear him in the background. He's like, "Well, I'm glad I won't be in a box on that one." I mean, she knew you were joking. We all knew you were joking.
Right.
You could see that that night he was like, "I don't know how to take that."
Take it with confidence, okay?
Well, you got to take it with confidence. I think that's another part too that I want. Dude, people get so uptight about stuff. Like, I'm confident in who I am. You're confident in who you are. Why do some people get so? It's like, come on, man, just get over it. It's 2022.
That's a different conversation, and that's a whole nother show. And trust me, I know the answer to that because I've ran into it. I don't know how many times when it came to that.
So
it's another topic for another time.
yeah, well, that's part of what we'll be hitting on when we do your show.
Correct.
So I'm looking forward to that one too. I think that'll be a good one. Is there any guests that we've talked about that are going to be on that you're looking forward to hearing from?
There's a couple. There's one guy that I've reached out on TikTok. Well, I haven't reached out to him. I haven't got a hold of him, but he did come out with this song. Can't remember his name off the top of my head right now, but it's all about pride, who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who you are or who can tell you who you are. I'm going to try to message him a couple more times to see. I mean, it's a high shot, but I mean, I've had knee pads on before. So.
Hey, I'm glad we have people here who want to take it for the team. You know, I'm all for it, man. High five right here. Yeah.
No, I was taking a bat to the ball.
That's high five. Yeah. Actually, with that said, as far as music goes, one of the things that I want to incorporate with the show sooner rather than later is do like every month we doing like a featured music artist. I don't care. And anybody who's listening or watching, if you know somebody who's in a band or a musician and they have music, I mean, please hit me up, let us know. But just for like the whole month, do like a featured artist instead of coming up and doing an ending credits song music, play one of their songs, one of their music pieces for the whole month. And then one of the podcasts in that month will be about them and their music. Selfishly, yes, it helps to get a guest on and helps to get some content. But at the same time, it's one hand washing the other. It's us helping each other out because they're also going to have a guaranteed a month that their music is going to get played to all of our listeners and the people that we're reaching out to and who are following us. And they're going to have a whole show to be able to talk about anything and everything about their music. And for somebody who's starting out in music, that's pretty big for someone.
Well, yeah, I mean, all of us know that, TikTok has helped tremendously. I don't know how many people. I mean, especially that one guy that was in the Oscars that he started off on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's tons of people that started off on TikTok, and that was the only platform they ever had.
Well, just look at me. I mean, a couple months, and I've already got like almost 3,000 or 2,500 people. TikTok has been it's got its high points and views.
I mean, yeah, it does. But we just need to use it for positivity and not negativity.
Yes. Yeah, there's enough of that stuff.
Ooh, hurts my booty. Sorry.
All right, I'm going to get this out of the way right now. because I already know this has been a hot topic of conversation with tons of people I come across.
I'm not going out with you.
That's a definite not going to happen. The mustache. I'm married into it now, man.
It's getting pretty good. It's getting there.
It's
It's
getting
getting there.
there.
Me and Luke earlier before we went on live, we were looking at your old photos on TikTok.
The old ones when it was just a.
No, when you had nothing, it was just
I was just clear shaven,
like mine a little bit, but without the the steering wheels coming on.
I think the mistake that I made was on the logo for the podcast, putting the mustache on the skull. Now that I put the mustache on the skull, I, at least for the time being, for an undetermined amount of time at this point,
You're not shaving it.
I can't.
No, you cannot shave it.
So
You're stuck with it. Sorry.
it started out of a boredom thing of just, I can't grow a beard because of where my full-time job is. So screw you. I'm going to grow a mustache and I'm going to grow one. And then it started to be I wanted to grow it out a little bit so I can walk around with a monocle and be like, yeah. And then it turned in, and we're just running with it.
Well,
now.
to be honest, folks, if you would have seen his top lip, I'd be scared as hell too.
Hey, look, you can say anything you want, all right? But you can bust my ass all you want. But facial hair is God's gift to ugly men. I don't care what anyone says.
I'm not ugly, so that's not my excuse.
Well, that's a matter of perspective.
Hello, am I ugly? I mean, I'm not conceited, but I'm not ugly.
Man, we just went down to like 2 viewers. So, what time is it?
It is 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, man.
Yeah.
That was actually a pretty quick hour.
Yeah, but we haven't got to the comments yet.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. We ran through that. So, well, I'll tell you what. We're not going to disconnect. You got to use the little boy's room. I'm going to pull the phone closer, and we'll start hitting some of the comments up and some of the questions that are in the TikTok, and we'll start addressing those. Guys, ask questions, anything you want. No holds bar stuff, suggestions. You got a question for Kevin, got a question for me. Stuff that you'd like to see, let's ask away at it.
No question is too stupid. So anything you want.
That's not really true. There are, but we won't pick on you for it.
Oh, like what question would be stupid?
I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get bananaed. I don't want my moderators to kick me off. So I'm going to just move the camera a little closer so we can actually see the comments from you guys. All right, and I'm going to turn the volume up on the phone so the moderators, by all means, we'll be able to hear you guys now because you're close enough. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Pretty good. No. Anyone got any questions any questions for us? I got to put my glasses back on. Don't read the chat. Hello, Luke. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Savage. I saw Nina. I saw you up there earlier. Let me scroll here. I think I saw Nina ask a question or say something. You're going to have to sit closer to each other, though. $20 in the swear jar. Savage just said that there's about $20. I think we're a little bit over that, to be honest with you, but who's counting?
What did you say earlier, Savage? Kevin needs a censor button.
A beep, 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 beep. Feed the bears. The bears.
For the fact that I was able to curb myself, I just have to hand over my paycheck.
Think we, yeah, maybe Luke. Shock conditioning. That would be a good one right there. I like that idea. Savage just said that instead of a swear jar, we should do shock chair. Just so everyone knows, the reason why if it sounds like I'm like verbatim repeating copycatting is because we're still recording on the podcast. So when people are listening in, they'll know exactly what we're responding to. Crazy About Army is saying that the handlebar's looking good. Thank you. Thank you. It's working on it. Boy, I'd like to cut this thing off. Rosie said shock collars.
The bunny is still alive.
No, they aren't here. Leave them in the dark, Nina said. How many people did we get up to?
I saw 14 or 15 at one point.
Nice. Yeah, Shama. Shama is saying that the audio is better and closer, which is why Colby, who has been voluntold to be our technical advisor, is going to be working on coming up with a way that we could do all this through the laptop. So everything will be done through the microphone and ears. Who's hurting the bunnies? Okay, I feel that there is a joke here to be said in regard with as far as the bunnies is concerned.
I put in chat to tap and share or the bunny gets it.
The bunny gets it. Who's that?
That is Colby. He's one of our moderators.
Hi, Colby.
Hey, Kevin,
What are you going to do to the bunny?
They were chasing it.
well, I was telling people in the live to tap and share or the bunny gets it.
Oh, okay. I get it. I get it now.
He was holding the bunny hostage. So we're still
Oh.
recording. So we don't really necessarily have to worry about being up on here. We can both still read this, but this is really where the big ones. That's where people are going to be looking most when they go to look at it. So
Well, I can't see because you got a big old black mic in front of it. Just saying.
People always complain. Is that better?
Thank you. As long as I can see my face.
So, and Savage had said that we've already got over $20 in our
Technical difficulties holding.
Kevin just broke my microphone.
Sorry, Paul. I didn't mean to do it.
He broke the microphone, guys.
There we go. I got it.
Lady Vet is not showing as mod.
Oh, I didn't even actually notice that.
How about now? I thought she was put in. Savage said we went over on the swear jar.
Sorry, Savage.
The group consensus on the live chat is shock collars or electrical chairs for when we swear.
Okay, I can handle that.
No.
I mean, no. Oh, comment.
We just went from a family-friendly show of safe places
I did
to
not say anything wrong though.
to a torture chamber.
Oh,
with
well,
shock collars
Well,
and
Savage Mom, yes, that's what she wants us to deal with.
I see a potential problem with that. If you get somebody on there that enjoys that, well, it's going to be nothing but swear.
See?
yeah.
Yep, I agree with you.
And there's other Luke right there. I mean, he's already saying Luke will come to the window and start yelling obscenities just so everyone else can hear it, just so we get shocked.
Luke, you stay your little booty home.
Nina says she feels completely safe. Well, of course, you're like, you wouldn't get shocked. For anybody that doesn't know, Nina, who's Dream F13, she's the artist that I was talking about and referring to earlier, who I'll be doing a show with her talking about her artwork and what inspires her. She's a really cool person. Anyone who's not following her, please by means do go follow her.
Not following her?
I don't know. I'm not your babysitter.
Thank God. Jesus, we'll be in trouble.
Yeah, right. Babysitting Kevin. I don't know where he is. Last I saw, he was out playing in traffic.
All I think about at work.
See if I'm,
Oh, you can pull your live up there too. And
I'm not that popular yet to where I can have a live. Thank
Yeah,
you
we
for
got to get
pointing that out to me.
we got to
No,
get
no,
Kevin
well,
up to
hold on.
1,000 followers so
Hold
he
on.
can go
I just
live.
want to point that out to you. Thank you for reminding me once again that I can't go live. Butthole. What's your name?
Dream F13.
I'm sorry, sir. One more time.
Oh, I was just asking, how close are you to 1,000?
He is at a whopping 76.
Yeah. I don't have that many. I've been trying to up Sentinel's layer. Not worried about mine.
Okay, so Rosie asked what Kevin's TikTok screen name is. Now, because he's prideful, and he should be, because he's
Hell yeah.
he's a good person. But Texas Pride 2022?
2020.
2020.
It's kind of stern. It's kind of like manly, but just me. That's all I gotta say. What's Melanie's? Or
just go into my live and
I can't.
I'm just gonna look. Well, no, yeah, you can. You could do this.
Well, teach me.
Go here. This is what I hate about phones. It takes forever. Unstable connection, so you can't watch my live. Well, that sucks. Turn your Wi-Fi off. Well, there it is. So now as everybody talks, you can hit them there and follow them there. All right, here's Kevin coming in the chat room now.
No.
Maybe.
I don't like this. We're gonna do something
shit.
before next show.
I'm telling you, you should turn the microphone over so it's like this one. It's not in your face.
Well, how do you turn it over?
There he is. There's Kevin right there.
Oh, that's a sexy mother effer.
There's another shock with the electric collar.
I said mother effer. It's not a cuss word. I don't count.
Intruder alert. Yes, Nina. Danger. Stranger danger. Stranger danger.
I'm not a stranger. I have candy in my van.
So what questions do y'all, and Sarah, is there any questions y'all might have or questions about upcoming shows or podcasts that we're going to be doing or anything to that nature?
I was going to say, not right at the moment. I've got some things set up here so I can try that app I was telling you about before. See if you can do a live on your PC, and then the next step we'll see where there's any kind of integration for any of the other software.
Awesome. So that's the big one. So everybody heard that our technical advisor, he's our technical advisor.
I got that.
Because he knows a hell of a lot more than you and
You
I
do?
combined. You
do?
too. Don't even try to say you do. Because I asked you a question, you're like, oh.
I'm no expert, but I know a bit.
You know more than he does.
Yeah, well, you do. You definitely know more than me. I took the microphone and I put it up to the phone, so that way, as you're talking, it can come through. It'd be clearer to hear. So
Here I am nodding my head, and I don't have the video on.
so yeah, I definitely want to take a moment and thank the moderators. I don't know. I mean, I can get the feedback from you guys, how it went, whether it was successful in the chat. Did you guys have a good time? Did people come in, have a good time? I won't know how many new followers we picked up till I close it out, but hopefully everything went good and everyone had a good time.
I had a good time, I'll tell you that.
It went well.
Do we make you laugh?
Yes.
On a couple occasions, yes.
on whose benefit? Mine or this guy over here?
You'll have to
Yes.
scroll up and see.
Oh, geez.
My answer to that is yes.
Thank you.
What do you mean? It's like yes to both.
I said thank you. I was giving him, kudos.
Well, you got here late, Dream, Nina, but that's all right. You're still here. That's what matters. Everybody who's come in, I want to thank them. Well, that's awesome, Savage. I mean, it's always good to know that, that we avoid Savage I keep forgetting that for listening purposes. That Savage is one of the moderators just said that we didn't have a lot of trolls or people coming in doing stupid stuff, which is good. And that's always a big thing because, I mean, it's inevitable you're going to get them.
Of course.
They're yeah. And you're always going to get people that are going to come spewing hate, but it's nice when it's minimized.
Absolutely.
Lady Vet, who is a veteran. Again, thank you for your service. Who is one of our moderators. How I know you were concerned about having to chase your dog around a lot. How was that? Was your dog behaved?
Yeah, they all passed out.
My dog started getting a little bit
Antsy.
so I had to give her a doggy Percocets. Wait, hold on, Nina. You're almost to 25. Oh, the likes. I thought you were about to say you were almost to 25,000 followers. I was like, holy crap. Wow. You blew up.
No, that's the likes.
Yeah, I just saw that.
So no comments?
Yeah, I pretty much only stopped tapping to share and put comments in.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that's a successful right there. I mean, that should put us on the on the FYP, which helps gets us, more exposure for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think also too, what we should do, and we're doing this when it's you and I doing it, when I don't have a guest on, what we should do is like some kind of game thing. Like once we figure out how to incorporate and get this onto this all in one shot through here, and we're able to talk to the moderators live, we should like be able to do like some games, like on the game stuff or something.
Like what kind of games?
I don't know.
I mean, there's tons of games that we can play.
There
But
is. I would say like quiet charades, but then the people who listen to just the audio portion of the podcast will be like,
quiet charades. This is a podcast. It's all about voice, not charades.
well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, yeah, people be like, man, have you ever listened to that podcast? It's just an awful lot of dead space, dead air. Every once in a while, you hear somebody scream.
No
Rodent,
no feature in that.
Yeah.
That's better than Layla. Get back in your cell.
Yeah, right.
Talking about Luke.
No, look, you never heard that?
Oh, I thought he said Leia.
No, well, yeah, he did, but actually, Luke yells that a lot. Our neighbor who's got his dog's name is Leia. And he's always yelling it. I can see him saying, "Get back in your cell."
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, well, I mean, at this point, I'm not gonna kill the live, guys, but we're gonna close it up with the recording of the podcast. I want to thank everybody for listening in. I want to thank the moderators, Lady Vet, Colby, Shama, Crazy About Army, Savage, and Rosie on our TikTok live feed side of it. I want to thank Kevin for co-hosting with me for the first show and being a part of this.
You are very welcome.
Yeah, the best thing that you can do to help us out and to keep growing is however you're listening to this, whatever format you're listening with, is go to give us a 5-star rating for the podcast and help share it and invite other people to come listen to it. And any support, monetary support, someone might want to go. Again, you go our TikTok Sentinels_Lair. Our Buy Me a Coffee is linked on there, which is a huge help. Our advertisers and supporters, well, we don't have any right now, so we can't thank them. But that's it. We're gonna turn this off, and the next show that we'll be doing will be with, again, Mrs. Kranz, Jennifer. She's a cosplay artist or cosplay person, and that'll be next week. We'll have that show out. So again, thanks everyone for listening in. And again, check us out on all of our social media outlets. And again, thank you to Kevin and our moderators and everybody who stopped in to check us out.
Thanks, guys. Love to see you next week.